everybody. Welcome to week 4 of World Religions. This week there are 2 learning modules open, and those are modules 4 and module 5. Module 4 is about the 2 Dharmic religions, that is the 2 religions from India, Jainism and Sikhism, and module 5 is Buddhism. Since there's 3 religions, these 2 modules will be open for 3 weeks until October 12th is when everything closes. So the first thing you need to know is that you can't wait until October 12th and do everything. There are assignments and discussions due every week as usual. So rather than go through the list, what you will need to do to make sure that you are on schedule is look at the announcement or look at the syllabus or look at the modules and look at each assignment. A third place you can always look is My Grades. In the left-hand column of the Blackboard page, there's a button that says My Grades, and that should show you when everything is due. So please make sure that you're aware of the due dates and you don't get behind. Beyond the due dates, and it's nothing that complex, beyond the due dates, there are a couple of assignments, good-sized assignments that are due during this 3-week period. The first one is your Invent a Religion. The Invent a Religion will be due in a week on October 5th. That is your creative paper for the term. So take some time. You can be as wild and crazy as you want in this paper. The purpose of the paper is to make up your own religion. I've had all kinds of interesting things over the years come at me with this paper. Some students choose to turn their paper into a PowerPoint or a brochure or even a video. You're welcome to do that. It is the creative paper. Just make sure you look at the prompt and that you do the word count and that you do all of the topics that are listed in the prompt. So whatever form you want to do your assignment in, whether it's written or video or contains audio or video visual files, just make sure that you hit all of the points of the prompt, okay? And have a lot of fun with it. But make sure you drill down into that, and I'm looking forward to seeing all of your good invented religions. The other assignment that's due is the annotated bibliography. The annotated bibliography is where you'll need to choose a book and write a little bit about, discover what the main topics of that book is and create a bibliography off of those main topics. Some students get confused on the annotated bibliography. I will send out a further announcement next week with more details on it, but go ahead and look at the assignment itself and look at the write-up about it in the syllabus, and don't wait. This is the one assignment that you can redo to get full points. So there's no do-overs anywhere else in this course except for the annotated bibliography. So it's also due on the 12th, and that's the first draft. But you need to at least get me a first draft by the 12th. I will be checking periodically, and if you turn in one early and I can revise it or give you advice on how to improve it, then you can turn it in again and be done with it. So once you've gotten the full 50 points, then you're done with your annotated bibliography. All right, and a third assignment to keep mindful of, it's not due, but that is the religious service. So the religious service is where you need to attend, hopefully online, unless you've been invited to something that is really safe in your world, a religious service that's different from what you've attended before. So remember, there's 2 components to the religious service. It needs to be this semester, and it needs to be something different. So it can't be something that you did last summer or last spring or 2 years ago when you went to a really groovy wedding or bar mitzvah. It needs to be something that's happening now. The good news is, of course, that you can attend any kind of religious service imaginable live online from the comfort of your home. So the preference is that this is a live service that you're attending online. If you do have the opportunity to go to an in-person service, then and it's safe, I'm not encouraging anyone to go out unless they feel safe, then please do so. So those are the assignments. Those are what to look for. As far as the topics go that we're going to be covering, the third one is scripture reading. So that's also like the article summary that you've already done. It's very similar. Remember, the scripture reading assignment has two sources that you'll have to find for it. One source is the scripture itself. The second source is an encyclopedia or other article about the scripture that tells you, when it was written and who's it for and what are the main ideas of the scripture. So your scripture reading assignment, 25 points, will list two sources. Okay, so make sure that you're on your game as far as listing sources. This is an important part of academic writing. Now, as far as the topics go for this week, Jainism and Sikhism, very different religions. In fact, they're very contrasting. Jainism is an ancient religion, very, very ascetic, meaning that the monks and nuns live this very severe, constrained life, where they endure heat and cold, where they spend a lot of time fasting, where they have no possessions. The monks in one group of Jain monks walks around naked for their entire lives once they become monks. The other religion is Sikhism. Sikhism is very new. It's only about 500 years old. If you see those people in Albuquerque wearing a turban, they're not Muslim. Muslims are not required to wear a turban. Sikhs are required to wear a turban, although they call it a dar star. There's other names for it. But the head wrapping and the beard, so if you see men with beard and a head wrap, chances are they're Sikh. There's a fairly substantial Sikh population in New Mexico, and they're very different. They are traditionally warrior saints that come from India. Although now New Mexico is very unique in that there are American families that have converted to Sikhism, which is almost unheard of outside of India. So there are American Sikhs and Sikh Americans. Sikh Americans are immigrants who've come here. Many have been here for many, many generations at this point, and they're totally integrated into American society. So those two religions, and then Buddhism. Buddhism is the fourth largest religion in the world, I think. So there's a whole learning module devoted to Buddhism. There's a lot to explore there. Like Hinduism, we can only kind of touch the surface of Buddhism. There are so many different forms of Buddhism. It's spread throughout Asia. It's made its way to Europe and the Americas in the past 100 years, and has really gained a foothold here as well. Many of my students are fascinated by Buddhism because, you'll see. But two of the religions that we're looking at, Jainism and Buddhism, are also atheistic. So apparently you can have a religion and you don't need a God. So I'll let you guys explore that notion. As usual, if you have any questions, please send me an email. Please send me a text. You know where to find my number. And I certainly don't mind doing that. I will be hanging out in my office on Monday and Tuesday as usual. If you want to log in and take a look at where I am and ask about the changing decor in my background, then we can do that as well. And if you have any needs, if you're having trouble with internet or connectivity, if you're having resource issues with food or shelter, please let me know, or please reach out to an achievement coach. We're here to help. We want you to succeed. Hungry people do not succeed as well. People with shelter issues do not succeed as well as those whose issues are resolved. So I hope you're all being well, and I will see you in Jainism, Sikhism, and Buddhism.